And as promised, here's part 2 of my conversation with Mandy Summers about the defeminization of women in Hollywood properties. Here we go. Renegade Online.
And let's look at Cameron Pasha, right? Look what he has gone through. He is an amazing talent. He is an amazing writer. He's just phenomenal. But yet he's having all of these issues within Hollywood because he refuses to walk the line that they have drawn for him. He's a man of conviction. So he's not going to agree with something that he doesn't believe in. But, he's one of the few, though, that are brave enough to stand up for what they believe in. But, like you said, he's lost a lot of jobs because of it. He's lost a lot of offers because he stood up for what he believed in. I mean, even the guy, the Five Nights at Freddy's guy, he's getting canceled for doing nothing more than donating to a political party that he goes with. I mean, the world has gotten absolutely disgusting. Women are being attacked and people act like they don't see it. We have men going to the fucking Olympics and playing as women. They've destroyed women's sports. They've destroyed
now beauty pageants. Miss Nevada. Miss
Nevada.
Last night, 2 nights ago. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to.
A man won that.
A man won it. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, if they had their own thing, it's not fine. They need their own thing. Beauty pageants have been women. It's for women. It's always been for women. And I get that they may feel like they're a woman, but at the same time, when it comes to sports, you don't need to be competing with us. Biology says you don't need to be competing with us. You're stronger. I'm sorry. I wish I was the stronger sex because then I'd kick a lot more butt, right? But I'm not. I'm the weaker sex. So, and I'm okay with that. Physically, mentally, I got it down.
But that's just it. Is that and no, I get where you were going with it, but it just for for everybody watching, just to be clear, and that's the beauty of it. And we've kind of forgotten this, and this this He-Man stuff and Hollywood in general, whether it's like we said, She-Hulk or all these other people, to defeminize women, I think it's stupid and it does not help society at all. There are healthy differences between men and women. Men are better at some things than women. Women are better than some things at men, and that balance is what drives humanity.
Absolutely.
I mean, and why we can't. And I know this is going to sound crazy, and it's one of the lines. I don't know why I just thought of this. It's one of the lines I will never forget growing up. My dad used to love Saturday night NBC TV. He used to watch The Golden Girls. He used to watch Empty Nest. I think Designing Women was probably CBS. Maybe that was Friday nights. But I'll never forget this line. And remember the character on Designing Women, Julia Baker. She was kind of like, she was the head of Sugar Baker, Julia Sugar Baker. She was the head of the Designing Women. And she was, very feminist.
Very.
And I will never forget this line. It's always stuck with me. And she makes some comment on the show, and Annie Potts' character, I cannot remember the name right now, but I think it was Annie Potts' character. She turns to Julia Sugar Baker and she says, "You know what? Why can't women just be as good as women? Why do we have to be as good as men?" And the same thing for men. Men just need to be as good as men should be. Women, why we have to cross the lines and say we all have to, nature didn't make us that way.
No, feminism.
Nature gave us our own, nature gave us our own strengths and weaknesses to complement
each other. Exactly.
To complement each other. And it's we've just lost that. And when I see things like this He-Man trailer, it's like, I'm tired of this.
Yeah, it's really getting old. It's past its expiration date with this crap. And like I said, I wouldn't care if every character on the show was gay, if it was written well, but it never is. It doesn't even feel like a real relationship. What it feels like is You don't approve, where 99.9% of the world doesn't give a shit anymore. They don't care. Be gay, be straight. Nobody cares. I mean, at this point, everybody's sleeping with everybody anyway. So what does it matter, right? Eventually, we're all going to be one race because we're all sleeping with each other. So what is it at this point? What does it matter? Nobody cares anymore. But they have to do that victim mentality of, it's almost like they think we don't like it, so they shove it in our face, when what they don't realize is what we don't like is the fact that no thought was put into this other than I'm about to own the republic. I'm about to own the people that don't like, when nobody cares. Right. They've made up this war in their head that hasn't existed in years. Nobody's cared. I mean, look at Boy George. He was obviously gay. Did anybody give a shit? No. Nobody cared. That
Boy
the guys
George, how about George Michael?
George Michael. Nobody cared when he was wake me up before you go. Nobody cared. No. Yeah. And still, Eric, what is his name? The Candle in the Wind guy with Crocodile Rock.
Oh, Eric. I keep wanting to say Eric Clapton.
That's what I was trying to say too, but that's
John.
Wrong. Yes, Elton John. Thank you. Another, and nobody cares anymore. But and that's how they ruin the stories. Yep. Is because in their minds, people are trying to stop this, when in reality, nobody cares. Nobody could give a shit less. Love who you want to love. In this day and age, the simple fact that you found love, eat that shit up, enjoy it. You found something that is very hard for other people to find, whether it's with a guy, a girl, I don't know. I mean, I have lines I draw. I'm not going to get into that, but there are lines I draw there.
Well, but that's just it. It's, all of this stuff is fine, and I know that's what Mandy's saying. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It's all fine. I mean, we've had, oh my God, Hollywood has been rife with gay actors for, holy crap, 60, 70, 80 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing new. The difference is that it's like Hollywood just has this thing now where they've run out of ideas. They don't know what else to do. It's constant reboots, remakes, everything. They're just taking old intellectual properties and then retooling them for a modern audience. And we wind up getting this kind of goofery where it's like, here you go. Now this person's gay. Now this person is a different race. Now this person's a different gender. It's like, and I think they don't quite understand. This is where the frustration is coming from. It's just from the abject laziness of this writing to try to, just stick all this stuff out there. Like nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to care. The problem is this might have worked 10 years ago and people would have been like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's been shoved in our face with every single piece of intellectual property, comic books, TV shows, books, movies, everything across the board. And we're all just so sick of it. It's just
right. And there's nothing new. They absolutely, I can't tell you the last movie I saw or heard about a TV show that was new, that wasn't a old IP from years ago. I can't tell you. And I mean, it can be done. Proving a point can be done beautifully. For example, Brokeback Mountain, right? I know a lot of guys didn't watch it because of the content, but it was actually, it was a beautiful movie. It really was. It really made you, it opened your eyes to what it must have been like during that time in that situation where they were cowboys, in that situation to be a homosexual male, right? It was eye-opening. It was a good story. You fell in love with the characters. You don't do that when you make Alfred from Batman gay. I need to push these agendas, give us new ways to open people's eyes. And they've gotten lazy in doing it. They don't care to even really open. It's not about really opening people's eyes and giving them a new perspective. It's about it's laziness of I'm going to own the ones that don't follow this exact path that we're going. And then you get crap stories. Yeah. The best thing I can say about this, the art, I will give them that, because some of the art I've seen coming out of other things has been horrendous. At least they got that right. But I'm with you. This is going to be, it's not He-Man. They've already said this is not going to be a He-Man story, right? We know
Seems
that.
like it. Seems like it. Yeah.
Well, we pretty much know this is more about the sidekicks type things, their own story arc in the storyline, right? So, okay, but at the same time, you're changing everything. Why didn't you just make new characters and do it? Oh, because you're lazy. That was too much work. It was easier to do this, to take a character that was feminine, cut her hair, and now give her I guarantee you she's going to have a crap attitude. They always do. They always give them the crap attitude. And He-Man is going to be a bumbling idiot, or he's going to be brainwashed or something like that, to go on and make sure that they stick that men are bad. And it's disgusting. It's yet again, another IP that they've taken and just, dropped trowel and dropped a big number, a big deuce on top of it. So,
well, like I said before, I think, if they wanted to, okay, this is years later, Tila has changed and and now she's got a girlfriend or whatever, if that really is going to be the case, and we don't know 100% certainty yet. But like I said, the fact that they had to top that off with this radical alteration of her appearance and seemingly in line with so many other things, like literally copy and paste from so many other things that we have seen changed in the last few years. It's like, this is just, oh God, we were all hoping this was going to be devoid of that, be something better, be something above the fray.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like it.
No, well, just the simple fact is Netflix, I think we could pretty much, they have not really had a good run lately of things that they think are a good idea. And I think this is just going to fall into another situation like that. I think this is going to be one that you're excited for. And when they did the teaser, everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be fantastic. I mean, even I was watching it and I was like, okay, what are we even talking about here? This looks great. This looks amazing.
And I was blown away by the teaser trailer. Like I said, I did a short on it and I was just, I'm so excited for this. And I'm like, I'm still excited to a degree, but a lot of that excitement has just kind of been knocked off because I'm looking at this going, great. This looks like, cucked Loki. It does. James Bond. It looks like cucked Luke Skywalker. It looks like it's the same thing over and over again.
It's the same thing over and over. Yeah, it's like Groundhog Day.
I have suffered to get through 4 episodes of Loki, and I just can't take it anymore.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like,
bless your heart for even trying. I won't even attempt it.
I wanted it to be good because it's Tom Hiddleston, but it's like, dude, even Tom Hiddleston is like phoning in Loki. This is not the same Loki from the last 10 years of the MCU at all. He's totally different.
That's what they do. That is exactly what they do.
It feels like with this new trailer from He-Man today, it looks like this is going to be the same thing. And it's just, it's not only just now, and again, cucking for those people out there before that's a bad word. No, it's an old Shakespearean term from 500 years ago. And it just basically means to neuter men. And that's what's been going on. And not only that now, and that's what this whole conversation has been about, is that's not good enough anymore. Now we have to also erase femininity. And I'm just so done with it. So anyway. Yeah.
And there's so much, even if you look at like the subliminal messages that are being put out on like any of the social media platforms, right? Like, for example, now if you have a girl that likes things that look like me, and I like comics and I like video games and I like, more D&D and Magic the Gathering, I like nerdy stuff. Well, I can't just be me and I like these things. I'm a pick me girl. That's obviously that must be the only reason I like any of this stuff, is so I can get attention from guys. And yet they do the exact same thing with men as well. A word that I have heard since I got on, I'd never heard of it before, but once I got on social media, I heard this word simp. And what they
Yeah.
are doing,
I'm
it is
just
in
got familiar with that word myself.
yeah, biology, right? Let's go back to a little bit of biology, right? Men, it is in your nature, it is in your blood to take care of women, right? It is to be kind. You are the stronger sex. Most men are raised to treat women with respect. You know what I mean? And it literally is in y'all's nature to look much like it's in a woman's nature to see a baby and you know what I mean? It's in y'all's nature to, if you see a girl, it's in your nature to be kind, right? So what they do is they take men who are single usually, they have good jobs, they make good money, and it literally makes them feel good to give a girl, you know, to be like, hey, let me buy you dinner tonight. Here's $20. Go get a steak and think about me while you're eating it type thing. He's taking care of her. He's being kind. It is in you guys' nature to do that. And now they're saying, don't do this. Men, don't be nice to women because you're a simp. Don't do that. That makes you a loser. And at the same time, they're telling women, don't be attractive. Don't like things that we don't like, because if you do, then you're just a whore, pick me girl. It's ridiculous. There's no winning. There's no winning. We grew up being told, be unique. That's what, you know, don't be, I mean, even going back to like Dr. Seuss, where he literally says, you know, it's stand out. That's what makes you great. Be different. Stand out from the crowd, right? That, I mean, they don't want that anymore. They want sheep. They want you to all look the same, act the same, and to keep us fighting amongst each other when there's no point. It's ridiculous. And I'm so, like you said, I'm so sick of Hollywood. I'm so sick. Every time I hear they're redoing something I genuinely love, I get sad. I'm literally, like when I heard they were doing a remake of The Princess Bride, I was this close to crying.
I have
not
heard that one, and I have not heard about that, and now
yes, it makes you sad because you know what they're going to do to it. I mean, you hold on to that little bit of hope. Like
Wesley is going to be.
Oh, he's going to be such a.
He's going to be a weenie.
He's going to be an asshole. Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah, he's going to be a complete.
Look, the bottom line of all this is it's this, and I can't. I guess I could explain it, but that's a whole nother conversation. Especially, I don't want to get into YouTube because my channel would be over. But it is the death or the attempted murder of chivalry.
It is. It is.
And you know, where fathers used to raise their sons and should still, as Mandy said, you know, to be respectful, to be kind, you know, to still be men, to still be strong, and to be the, you know, providers. Not to say that women can't be providers, but to say that, you know, that is traditionally the role of men out there, and chivalry should still be a thing. But it's like we want to get rid of that, and now we want to get rid of femininity. And I just keep seeing it movie after movie, show after show, trailer after trailer, like with the Seaman thing, and it's like I don't know what to do. So
no, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, and it seems like no matter how much we like stand up on the mountain and scream to please stop, they just keep doing it. And so then you get even more frustrated because like you feel like you're not being heard.
Yeah.
And you get more frustrated, and you can't I'm just ready for these companies to run out of the FU money that they obviously have, because they're losing money. They have to be. Yeah. They have to be losing money.
That's a whole other conversation. We could talk probably another 30 minutes on. No, seriously. It's because there is going to come a point where, you know, as a lot of people have been discussing, that pendulum is going to swing the other way for sure.
Eventually.
And the faster and harder they push this, the faster that thing is going to swing back, the harder it's going to swing back. So, in any case, Mandy, I appreciate you being here.
No, thank you so much.
This conversation was just pure joy from start to finish. And it's always fun to have, you know, like I said, somebody else on here, because I could talk about this, but nobody's going to listen to me when, you know, when we're talking about a subject like this. And like I said, I wanted to bring in somebody, let's bring in the women. Let's let the women talk about this.
Yeah, well, you could ask any woman that I talk to, and I guarantee you they're not going to be happy with this either. But it's there's it's like I like being a girl. I've always liked being a girl. I like doing my hair. I like playing in makeup. I like, you know what I mean? I enjoy being a girl.
And there's
I like
nothing wrong with that.
No, but they try to make it that way. And it's frustrating. Like I said, it's frustrating that what I like is now I'm being told that that's wrong. That really everything about me is wrong. The fact that I genuinely, when I was a kid and people would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up, for a while, it was a marine biologist or a zoologist, work with animals, right? But when I started getting about 14 or 15, what I wanted to be when I grew up was a mom, was a wife. That's what I wanted. That is the life that I wanted. But I'm told now that no, that's wrong. You're letting the patriarchy take over. And it's like, what? This is what I've always wanted. I wanted to, to be a mom. And
you're not allowed to think for yourself, though, Mandy. You have to think with the collective mind of your superiors. I have no idea anymore. I'm just
ridiculous.
It makes my head hurt thinking about it. I don't get it. But yeah, some women choose, they want to go out and work a full-time career. I have, friends and clients like that aplenty. And they're great people.
Yes, of course.
I know plenty of women that choose to stay home and they want to raise a family and they work part-time or they don't work at all and they're perfectly happy too. Just let people make their own damn decisions.
Exactly.
I don't understand but that's apparently very radical these days. So anyway.
Opinions are radical. Believe me, they're quite radical.
So Mandy, I know you and Peter have a comic book coming up, and I want to give you a chance to kind of plug that before we close out.
Oh, awesome!
It looks absolutely amazing. Jack the Ripper, Vampire Hunter, coming out soon. I know the mailing list is active right now on Indiegogo. We'll put a link to it on the stream here or on the video when it goes out. So tell us a little bit about that and what's going on and when you think that's going to hit.
So right now I'm in the process of fulfilling my last campaign that I did with Clint Holinsky, which was Pirate Queen. So we are in the middle of fulfillment on that one right now. But as soon as everybody has their Pirate Queen in their hands, we will be going live with Jack the Ripper, Vampire Hunter. Pete is really, for those of you that know about Peter Gilmore's art, he is taking it up 10 notches with this one. This is the most high detail thing I've ever seen Peter put out. And that's coming from also his campaign with that umbrella guy with, the Goody Bird. He also did that. And it was a very high detail. And Dino Island, another one that he did with that umbrella guy. That was another high detail. This one, I'm going to say, is honestly even more detailed than those. Peter is spending about 2-3 days per page, and he's a fast artist. He's fast. Wow. So he is putting a lot of work into this. The
artwork has been stunning. I've been seeing, like, I think you posted something today on Twitter, or he did, that I just retweeted. And I mean, I've been watching the artwork has been coming along, and he put some more out today, and it's just, damn.
It is
so
phenomenal.
Good.
It really is. I am working on the story right now, finishing getting it all wrote so Peter can continue with the art. But no, it's going to be very dark. I would say this is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun read, but this is very dark. This is very horror oriented, I would say. So yeah, this one is another. I always try to differentiate because I do a kids, well, all ages book, and I hate saying kids book because it's not just for kids, but with the wizard. So I like to. Wow. This is another one of my big girl books. This isn't. This is not all ages. There is some nudity in there. We are going to do this on black and white. We are going to have the red. Spot color with the blood. Yeah.
And I'm so glad you guys chose to do it that way. It looks amazing.
Yes,
it's perfect for that.
It is. And we're going to accent the blood with the red color. But yeah, no, this is going to be a really good book. I think you guys are really going to love it. We will be giving away some free goodies if you sign up for the mailing list. maybe a print or cars, or we may just give you a discount on top of everything else. You get a special little code to put in, get you a little bit of a secret tier so you can get a little bit of a discount on the book. But no, I'm super freaking stoked about it. I'm so excited. Because like I said, this is actually Peter's idea for this one. And he was kind enough to allow me to write it for him. But this is Pete's baby, like Wart the Wizard and Super Dead Were Mine. This one is Pete's baby. And oh my gosh, you can tell in the art, this is a labor of love for him. This is going to be just a fantastic book. So I'm super stoked about it.
Yeah, it looks great. And I know you and I have talked about this, and Peter as well. We're going to have both of you back on here, and we're going to do another, a show just for that, because I want to dedicate some time just to that book. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll, you and I can coordinate with Peter. We can get back on here onto StreamYard, and we can, record something. And I want you guys to talk about it, bring some artwork, so we can show everybody out there, because it looks amazing. And I want to try to get as many people to support it as I can, because I really, like I said, what I've seen so far has blown me away. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Yeah, we would love to. I absolutely adore you, and your channel is amazing. And I just know with that voice, one day you're gonna rule the world, with that voice. You are. You're gonna stand up.
I appreciate that. I don't know about rule the world. And Mandy, I love your channel too. I mean, your shows are always just fun to watch. It's lighthearted, and it's just fun and funny. So we appreciate you so much for being here. We'll probably break this up into a couple of 2 or 3 videos over the next week, just to kind of split it up. And but man, the conversation has been absolutely fantastic. Very enlightening. I've had a great time with this. I hope everybody watching has enjoyed it as well. Make sure you go subscribe to Mandy Summers and check out her books on Indiegogo, Wart the Wizard, The Pirate Queen, and upcoming Jack the Ripper, Vampire Hunter. And thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next time. Take care.